Hi, friends. So, the title of our book is Dario and the Whale, and the author or the person that wrote all the words in this book is called Cheryl Lawton Malone, and the person that created all the pictures is called Bistra Maseva. So, they're two different important people. And in our cover or in our illustrations, we see some pictures, and I see two really important things. I see a little boy and I think that's a whale. And our title gives them some clues. What do we think the little boy is named? What his name is? Yes. So that's probably Dario, and this is the whale. And Dario's waving hi. I wonder why, but we'll find out. So every spring, when the sun wakes up the land, Dario and his mother move to the seashore. So they mentioned the spring, which is the season that we are in right now. Um, so what are some things that right now we're feeling with the temperature or some things that the environment is changing? Yes. So during the spring, the weather is getting warmer, the leaves are changing. And we see that during this time, Dario and his mother actually move to the seashore, or they go um, to the area where there is land next to water. So I see some sand right there, and there's water next to it. So that is the seashore. Every spring, when the sun warms up the sea, a whale and her new calf swim north to a cool bay. So we learn what happened or what Dario and his mom do in the spring. We learned that they moved to the seashore, and we learned something about the whale and what they do during the spring. Yes. So during the spring, they actually go to a new location or they swim north. So they swim a little bit to a different direction, and I wonder why. Maybe they don't like the warm sea, so they're going somewhere cooler or a little bit colder. Dario's mother has to work. This year, she is a cook at the Salty Cod. So we learned something new about his mom. And let's see, the whale is a right whale. She has to swim. She and her calf swim to a bay by the Salty Cod. And we learned something else about the whale. Can somebody retell what I read? Yeah, so we learned that the whale is a specific kind of whale, and um, she is a right whale, and she has to swim. And she and her calf, which calf is kind of like a baby whale, swim to a bay or swim to the area by the salty cod. So they're moving a little bit closer to Dario. Do we have any guesses on what's gonna happen next? Awesome guesses. Let's see. On his first day, Dario tries to make new friends. Oi, he calls to the kids on the beach. He kicks a soccer ball, but the kids are playing baseball. Oh, I see that Dario actually says oi. And he says oi to catch their attention. What are some things that we say to catch the attention or call the attention of somebody else? Yeah, so if I'm trying to catch the attention of you all, I would say hey, I would say hi. But Dario says something different. He says oi. Is that something we hear? Some of us might hear that, but that's a different language or that's a different way of saying something. So let's see. Maybe the kids that are playing baseball didn't understand or didn't even realize that he was trying to catch their attention because that's not what they do. Puff, the whale spouts. He chases a school of herring. The herring swim away. So the whale spouts, and that's one of our special words. Can somebody remind me of what that word means? Yes, it means to shoot out water. So the whale shot out water, and he's chasing a school or a group of fish and those fish are called herring. So I see that there are a specific kind of fish, a lot smaller, and they are bluish grayish. So I wonder why he's chasing them. Dario backs into a sandcastle accidentally. Hey, says the girl. Disculpe, Dario says, turning pink. Sorry. Ooh, so I see a different, another word. Dario says, disculpe. Does that sound familiar to any of us? Yeah, kind of sounds like the Spanish word disculpa, which means like I'm sorry, excuse me. Um, and the language he's actually speaking is Portuguese, which is very similar to Spanish. So he says sorry, and he's turning pink because it was an accident. The whale bumps a green turtle on purpose. The turtle swims away. So the whale bumps the green turtle on purpose. I wonder why. Does anybody want to give me a guess on why he might have done it on purpose and not an accident? Yeah, maybe he was in the way, or I don't know. Yeah, that's funny. Later, Dario runs along the sand. He flies a kite by himself. Ooh, I love that kite. I see red, blue, and yellow. And I remember learning about kites in our previous book, Gilberto and the Wind, where we learned about how the wind helps the kite move. What else did we learn about kites? Yes, so that's awesome that we're seeing kites in this book. So it's probably very windy by the water because the water uh, creates a lot of waves, and the waves probably create a lot of wind. So it's awesome to fly a kite there. The whale has a notched tail. He launches himself up. So his tail is in a V shape. So that's probably helpful um, to launch himself up. And I wonder why he's launching himself up. Why do we think he's doing that? Yeah, maybe he's doing that for the bird. Maybe he's doing that for fun. Maybe he needs some air. He's been in the water for too long. There's a lot of reasons. But that's awesome. Look at how the whale looks. Cool. Dario sees the whale, and the whale sees Dario. So as the whale was launching up, he got a great view of Dario. And I wonder what they're thinking. I don't know if this is the first time Dario has seen such a big whale. But what do we think Dario is thinking? Yeah, he's probably thinking, whoa, what is that? Or whoa, let's see. Does anybody want to think what he's going to say next? Okay, let's see. Whoa, Dario says, Ma, ven a ver, Ma, come look. So Dario shouted and he said, wow. He's shocked, right? That's something that when we say whoa, when we say wow, that means that we're shocked. And he said, Ma, ven a ver. So that he's saying that in Portuguese, and that means Ma, come look. He's pointing, and the mama's like this. How do we think she's feeling? Yeah, she's probably shocked. Her mouth is open, her eyes are wide. Let's see what happens. Splash. The whale splats the water with his slaps the water with his tail. His mother hurries over. So the whale, splashed very loudly, and his mother hurried over to see. Dario's mother hurried over to see what was that splashing all about. And let's see. Every day, Dario races to the beach. Every day, the whale is there. When Dario whistles, the whale spouts. So it seems like Dario and the whale are communicating, and they communicate with whistling and by spouting. So since Dario is a human and the whale is an animal, they have to create their own language or their own way of communicating with each other. Dario waves and the whale breaches. Dario watches the whale for hours. The whale swims back and forth for hours. So it seems like Dario is very interested. or is very intrigued or loves watching and learning about the whale. And it seems like the whale likes Dario too because he's swimming back and forth very close to Dario as well. Is he your friend? Asked the girl who made the sandcastle. Dario nods. Yes, yes. One day, Dario does not go to the beach. He has a drippy nose. His mother puts him to bed. Mas, he says, but so he has a drippy nose, so he shouldn't be outside because he may get sick because of the wind. But based on what Dario says or how he even looks, what do we think he's feeling? Yeah, it looks like he has his head a little bit over the little the railing right there, and he looks like he's wanting to go outside, but he can't, of course, because he has to listen to his mom, and he says but because he wants to have an excuse to go out, but he can't. Look at what do we see on his bed. Yeah, he drew pictures of the whale, so maybe he's missing him a lot. The whale looks for Dario. He waits and waits. So even the whale is waiting and thinking, where's Dario? Because they used to see each other every day, and one day out of nowhere they don't see each other, so he might be worried. When Dario's nose is dry, he rushes to the shore, looking, hoping. They migrate, says the girl. They leave at the end of May. Ooh, so the little girl actually gave us some important information. She said that the whales migrate or they move at the end of May. Where do we think they move to? Yeah, they probably move to somewhere maybe farther away from the land. Maybe, I don't know, to a different part. At the end of May, I know that summer is getting closer, so the weather's getting warm. Maybe the whale doesn't like warm weather. Who knows? But they move, and look at how Dario looks. Now, says Dario, no, he is my friend. See, Dario whistles, the whale breaches, splash. So he still can see the whale from where he's at, and he's running. I see that. And I wonder what he's going to do. Dario runs into the water. The whale swims close to the shore, closer than ever. Oh, so he hasn't left yet, the whale. Um, so I think they're gonna say maybe their last goodbyes before he leaves. What do we think that they're gonna say to each other before the whale moves? Yeah, those are great guesses. Let's see. Just waves apart, the boy and the whale stay very still, listening and being. Do you have to go? Asked Dario. The whale blinks his large eye. But you'll come back, right? Dario holds his breath. He waits. He wishes. So when Dario says, do you have to go? The whale blinks with his eye. And I'm guessing his blink means yes. And look at how, based on what Dario's saying, what do we think? Yeah, he's probably wishing and waiting, um, or wishing that he'll come back very soon rather than later. We'll see. Let's see. Okay, at last the whale raises his great notched tail and lets it fall. Whoosh. Okay then, Dario says, see you next year. So it seems like Dario actually came to terms or is okay with him leaving. And he says, see you next year. So that was an awesome book. And what did we think about their friendship or about Dario and his situation? How would we feel if we saw a whale or we're so close to a whale? Yeah, I mean, I don't live close to a whale, but it will be awesome. Yes. So now we're going to go into our reading extension. So I'm going to tell you a scenario or kind of a story and make believe story, and we're going to just talk about what would you do or what should you do. Thank you.